Welcome back. I'm your host, Leslie Cottle, and you are listening to This Empowered Life podcast, the podcast delivering tools, knowledge, and wisdom to empower the soul. Today's episode is called The Frequency of Love. Keep on listening to hear about how the world is mirroring back to you your own self-love. Self-love is the regard for one's own well-being and happiness. It's a basic human need, yet so few of us really know how to love ourselves fully. When I studied compassion meditation, we were taught that people had an easier time showing people that they love compassion before they could show themselves compassion. For example, it might be easier to have compassion for your best friend, your child, or a close coworker over showing compassion to yourself for the same thing. On the flip side, in this training, I was also taught about the lack of empathy that most people experience for strangers or acquaintances. So an example of this would be someone you pass on the street, a random coworker, a cashier. You might be less likely to think about what it would be like to be this person, where they're coming from, what's going on in their home life, what stressors they have in their life, and why they're showing up the way that they are. And the way that I like to interpret this is because we are lacking the imagination or information of this person's background. There's less empathy for a random stranger or someone that you don't know much about. Now, coming back to self-love, the frequency of your self-love is mirrored back to you in every moment of your life. Maybe you're listening to this and thinking about the compassion you have for others, or where you could have compassion for yourself more. Maybe you're even thinking, wow, I never realized I have compassion for some strangers, but not really that much for others. Why is that? And maybe you're starting to see the standards or beliefs that you hold to be true about yourself. You're projecting onto other people and think that they should have those beliefs and expectations as well. Of course, we know that this isn't true because there are infinite ways to think, be, do, and act. But sometimes our subconscious mind brings in these beliefs and expectations without our own awareness. Now, this is just a tiny little view on when you examine how you love yourself, how you accept yourself, and how you honor yourself, and how that's mirrored to you and how you are experiencing other people. It's just a projection of your love, your acceptance, and your honoring for yourself. And when you can see that mirror super clearly, you can also begin to see how love, all love, is actually self-love. How you love others is how you love yourself. How you accept others is how you accept yourself. How you honor others' beliefs and choices is how you honor your own beliefs and choices. You start to understand a lot more about what you accept about yourself and what you don't, the judgments you carry, the beliefs that you hold about how the world should function, and even how you expect the world to treat you. And so I think one of the best ways to love the world a little bit more is to actually start loving and accepting yourself a little more each day. Because the capacity to which you love yourself is the capacity in which you'll love the world. The capacity to which you honor and accept your truth is the capacity to which you can hold other people's truth. And to practice self-love, I'd first encourage you to step outside of the box of what's right and wrong. Because all versions of you, all parts of you, all masks that you wear, all of you, deserves to be loved and honored and forgiven. Every single version of you deserves acceptance. For you to practice loving yourself for who you are, where you are, and who you were in the past is all about awareness. An awareness of what it means to really, truly accept yourself and honor yourself and love yourself. Sometimes that means holding an uncomfortable feeling in your heart. Sometimes that means accepting the facts and letting go of the illusion. Sometimes that means forgiving yourself. And sometimes that means letting go of something or someone. All of these things are the ultimate acts of self-love. Because to learn to accept the past of who you were, then you can honor every moment and every action. Because all of those lessons, all of those experiences have gotten you here. To exactly the place you're supposed to be in your journey here on earth. And today, this moment is a miracle that you have made it this far. So embrace this life, embrace every part of you, and practice acceptance and honoring of you each day. You were made to be loved and to love. Tune in Tuesdays for more yummy and soulful episodes. If you love what you're hearing and want to support the podcast, please follow and rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple to help new listeners find us. To find out more about my coaching and healing practice, head over to my website, www.lesliecottle.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.